There we go.
Don't sound correct.
What about the
You showing on here?
Yeah.
You in there? Don't sound correct. All right. Hey, let's clap it up. All right. Anybody? We were trying to run Zoom. Anybody? You don't know? Okay. Shalom. Okay. Hey, shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Atah Hashem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. Okay. And today is Tuesday. So if you're familiar with the school, or if you're not, Tuesday, every brother across the nation in the Isupk will be speaking in regards to brotherhood. Okay. So every scripture that will be broken down will be geared for brothers and sisters in the world or in the school to understand brotherhood. And as a people, we're taught to be so selfish, right? Because we have an oppressor that's selfish. Everything that our oppressor does is only for his gain.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So then, because we take on the customs and the way of being of our oppressors, we tend to behave like them. And because we tend to behave like them, we do a lot of going for self. It's a lot of things that we'll do. A lot of things that we do or we disregard other brothers in when the Lord did not intend that for us. He intended us to be brothers. And he intended for us to treat each other with dignity and respect. You know what I'm saying? Even as to the way we did, the way we deal with each other and everything. You know what I mean? However, what we find because of Christianity, we join our oppressors. So we really don't get taught in the Christian church that we're separate people.
That's right.
And joining other nations or joining other people, is a quick way for us to die. It's a quick way for us to be put at the bottom, where every little stinking nation that is nothing, right? A nation full of peasants is over top of us. We enrich people that are deserving to be ignored. You know what I'm saying? And so with that, let's get Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 7. Trooper Gadam, how that test going, brother?
Going too wild, sir.
All right, you think you almost got it all?
Sir.
No sign, great.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Okay, this is a camp scripture, right? This is what brothers bring out all the time. It says, surely oppression make a wise man mad. What's going on, brother? Shalom, little Christ. So it says, surely oppression makes a wise man mad.
That's right.
Are Black and Hispanic people free in this place? So what are we? We are under a level of oppression, right?
That's right.
There's really like what 3 options when you come from the hood. What you gonna do? You gonna go to the military, right? Shoot jumpers or play some kind of athletics, some kind of sports, right? Or what you gonna do? You're gonna go to prison, right? Those are the 3 options that we are given. That's oppression, right? We don't have a choice really into what it is that we have that we can decide that we're going to do as a people, right? That's our oppressor. That's how he sets it up. That's how it's designed. That's why when children go to school, our children go to school, they taught to what? Follow orders, fall in line.
That's right.
Right? They're not taught to be thinkers. They're not taught to think about the bigger picture of something, solve a problem, solve some kind of issue, right? They're not taught that. What they taught is to follow orders. And the very person that they set over our children is a white woman, a Caucasian, right?
That's right.
So then it's twofold being done to them, teaching them follow orders and follow who? Caucasian people.
Right.
Follow their word. That's oppression. You taught oppression from a little baby, right? And then Biden, if your brothers and sisters not familiar, Biden is doing early sign up for pre-K. Well, they taking children at age 3. Mm-hmm. Age 3. The children are real impressionable. They're a sponge at 2 to 3, right?
That's right.
That's when they start formulating words. The culture is being passed at 2 and 3 years old. You understand? And so because they understand these things, they have to hurry up. They got to get us in line early.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if they were to leave us alone and let us be separate like we're supposed to be, we would teach our children that they are Israelites.
Right.
They are separate, right? You have to do something to enrich your nation and all that. They don't want that type of talk, right? And it says a gift destroyeth the heart. What is a gift? What kind of gift is it talking about? Kadam, give me an example.
So like you said, Rob, if I make Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. But how do you view Juneteenth? I never asked brothers that, but I'll be wanting to know. I'm gonna go around the room, see what you think about Juneteenth. We're gonna start with you, brother.
So if I may, I was told Juneteenth was when we were freed as slaves, which seems like an oxymoron to me because we're still slaves today. So, I mean, what are we free from? Because even the scriptures say, surely oppression makes the wise and mad. We're mad because we oppressed. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't even see the reason why we even have that holiday.
Most High Christ. What you think about it, Awabot?
It's like an eraser. To me, it's like a slap in the face because it's like they tell you that you're free, but then on the other hand, they're passing legislation to lock brothers up because it's a clause within the Constitution that says you can be a legal slave. So on one hand, you're celebrating being free, but on the other hand, your brothers and sisters are still incarcerated and are legal slaves. So it's like, how can you be free when majority of your people are locked up in the prison, and then you got your brothers and sisters on the cages and the border?
The truth shall make you free. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, sir. I was gonna ask first. Was Juneteenth the day the nation actually freed the slaves, or was it when those people in Texas were actually found out they were?
There you got it, brother.
Okay, I was making sure.
No, you got it.
I remember seeing it. I was like, hold up, this ain't when we was free. This is when they decided to tell us.
Okay, but so that's the big farce, is we not free at all.
Right.
We still oppressed and we still slaves in this place, right? So I want to continue to see what you thought about it. So
I just thought it was just like Salaki, sir. I just thought it was like what he said, a slap in the face, because it wasn't when we was actually free. It's just when you decided to tell me. I'm sorry, Salaki, not free, but like,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
The chains were taken off of us, physical chains were taken off us, and you decided to be more psychological with it, sir.
Right. And so to me, how it comes across to me is it's a mockery. What I mean is they mocking your foremothers and forefathers' ignorance, right? And they continuing to celebrate the ignorance of basically what the thing that your people did not understand. You get what I'm trying to say? So take this for an example. Loitering laws. I think we brought this up before. Loitering laws. They said, okay, you're not working for the slave master anymore. You free to go. But however, you can't sit outside your house. You can't be walking at night. You can't if you ain't got no job, you're loitering, we're gonna lock you up. Right? Is that really free? Wow. So really what they're telling you is today you was working for nothing, tomorrow you'll work for a penny. You know what I'm trying to say? Because then that's where sharecropping came from. Right. I know for a fact my foremothers and forefathers, they sharecropped. They end up working 2 times harder than the Caucasian man. Caucasian man will bring less and get more money for the crop, right? Because what they really want to do is just like any brother that work at a plant, they give you enough just to pay your bills, just so you get by, just so you can have your car, because we need you to get to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need you to get back to this plant so you can continue to work, and you got a place to live because that's you need a place of residence, right?
Right.
We need that. That's what sharecropping was. It's just enough to get by. And we're gonna work you're gonna work to the bone, and you're gonna get paid for for pennies on your crop. However, the Caucasian man, and this is why we fall for the okie doke. What I mean is we get a devil to stand before the camp and will say, "Oh, I suffer just like y'all. I'm poor just like you." Right? But he forget the fact that his foremothers and forefathers gave they gave the the way I think about it, they gave the offering of Cain and get paid. You know what I'm saying? However, you over here killing yourself and you get nothing. You know what I mean? Then General Muhammad, General YAHANNA was bringing out the seeds or the farming, right? How they blocked the bill for black farmers, right? They just did it recently. They tried to make it where it was more profitable for black people to go back into farming, right? And they said it was unconstitutional. That's what the white, our so-called oppressor said. However, then it's tricks and dirty games to that game. You got to buy a specific seed. You can't just eat a tomato and take the seed out and plant a tomato. You see what I'm saying? So everything that you're doing is about oppression. Right. It's everything is somebody having some kind of rule over you. No matter what it is that you decide that you're going to do, it's oppressor. Okay, and let's bring out that scripture because we were talking about being free.
Come. This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Good night. So when we come out the camp, we trying to tell our people the truth, right?
Come.
So you could be free in your mind. That's right. You could be free in your spirit. You could be free to be just like us, stand on the podium and call the oppressor the devil. Right? The thing that you would be afraid to do. The thing that your pastor would tell you that you should not do because what? They're going to kill us all. Right. That little scary talk, right? That's right. However, free men don't think like that, do they? Right. Free men say, I'm going to get mine. I'm going to get it however you want to get it. Right. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Right. Try it. Let's see what the Lord standing with us or not. Okay. Right? Our people don't know what it means to be free. So they walk around afraid. Right. So, they have to rationalize what it is that we're doing. Oh, y'all speaking hate. They any kind of rationale they can come up with so they don't have to join with us because it make them feel good. Mm-hmm. They love to see the devil walk away from the camp, feeling terrible because he came up there talking about let's hold hands and pray about it. Right? They laugh when he walks away, but inside they don't have what it takes because they're not free.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And this was Commander General YAHANNA giving us. All them other camps, they not free like that. I done seen them get whooped out their clothes. The demon whooped them out their clothes. You understand what I'm saying? So let's drop that. Let's get Proverbs 3 and 31. We're gonna run them down. And I want to hear y'all brothers break these down because these things right here. Because y'all up next. That's right. Trooper Gadam up next on the podium, right? That's right. We go ahead and get this brother to pass so he can bring this scripture out right here, and I want to hear what he gonna say.
Right.
All right.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Okay, let's see what you got to say with that, brother.
Come, sir. It says, envy thou not the oppressor. So we know again. Envying the oppressor is, wanting what he has. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, again, we want, the things that he has, which are carnal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know, the Most High is going to give us a reward that's not carnal. You know what I'm saying? So, for us to want what he has, you know what I'm saying? Like if I know learning in this school, I want the kingdom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is rulership. Right. You know what I'm saying? But Esau, he wants to rule over us. I want to rule over every nation on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So, like it says, choose none of his ways. Choosing his ways is choosing to follow Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? Choosing to follow July the 4th, which is coming up very soon. You know what I'm saying? Choosing to love everybody, which is what we've been taught by our oppressor.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, choosing his ways, you know what I'm saying, it leads to death and destruction, man, instead of choosing the ways of the Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Any brother got a different thought process about it? Because these are the things that's beautiful about scriptures. As a brother get up on the podium and will bring out the same scripture, but the way he see it, it's almost like a rap lyric or like you listen to rap and you see two different artists, but they hear two different things and they rap two. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it is. So it's kind of like the Lord is using you for a specific people that's walking by. That's right. And you gonna be somebody else that he you know what I mean, and that's how it working. So every brother you got to have your own. You got to be your own man. Right. You take bits and pieces of the brother that's ahead of you, but then you still got to do it your way. So that's the only way you're gonna be comfortable on the podium, being yourself. Right. And you got something to say that will be different than
Kodam would say?
So like if I may, sir, it says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. True Quran say, envying is wanting what somebody else has had.
Mm-hmm.
And, the oppressor was blessed by the sword,
Mm-hmm.
and we wasn't. So it's like we should not envy, the sword as far as killing our brother. Wanting to pick up arms and have all these guns. You know what I'm saying, and trying to go out and shoot up everybody and everything. And another thing I heard, Jimmy, how to bring out, we shouldn't want to be drug dealers, because the first drug dealer was back in Egypt, where they had tea or something that was dealing or something.
General YAHANNA is an expert on all Egypt.
Khan.
Commanding General YAHANNA, Salakia. Yeah, when it comes to Egypt, he know all the dirtiness of them filthy stinking Hamites.
That's right.
So I'm not familiar with what he was saying.
He probably talking about marijuana, how it was back in Egypt, but they had a different way of using it.
Okay.
It was up there.
Dang.
Yeah, they used to. Some of them still do it.
Damn. Ain't nothing new under the sun, is it?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
bitch been trying to keep us on the wraps, trying to keep us zooted for ever. Dang. And then the thing that killed me is if you pay attention to our people, we real in every sense of the word, we're pretty much as a nation of people real conservative. We try to, what I mean? The homosexual or Salakia, the gay man is real taboo. Like you gonna be want to even be associated with them, but they sure put them on screen, don't they?
Right.
Salakia can build off of what you're saying and also apply it to the verse. It's saying and choose none of his ways. You can see how the oppressor is trying to almost force you just with the last coming event, the BET Awards.
Yeah.
Where you got homosexuality on the goddamn TV screen. And you can't even show your kids this music right here, da-da-da-da.
Right.
It's like I grew up. Now you gotta see a full-blown man kissing another full-blown man.
And sisters.
Sisters too. I forgot.
Yeah, it was sisters doing it too. So everything that make us sin, they put it up in your face for you to see it. So you know what I mean. So because these same said brothers and sisters that have a lot of authority in the minds of our children, they place them doing kind of all that wickedness, right?
Right.
And so then your children associate what this is something that's good. What they talking about on the podium? What they mean? I love. I don't know the sister's name.
Yeah.
Wearing a dress.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, I love them. What they talking about? You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. And so that's the thing that killed me about just being oppressed, man. You don't really have no choice, right? Your culture is being your culture and that's essentially that's what Christianity is. It's giving you a culture that's not yours, right? And like Officer Bonker, y'all said your grandmother was a Christian. You all these things you never chose to be. You were raised to be it, right? And so then that's why when Christ says, "I came to bring a sword," I mean, set up families at variance with each other, right? I'm setting them at variance because you're gonna have to reject all that foolishness.
All right, damn right.
You got something, Officer Bonker?
Come. So what Trooper Kodam brought out earlier with regard to envying the oppressor, he said that he wants authority. And what I recognize is that whenever I speak to a Christian about, assuming our proper position in the earth, none of them want authority. They don't want to rule over nobody. You know what I mean? And it's just a wicked thing that what Christianity has done to our people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's heavy that you're bringing that out about our oppression being perpetual and the mental change that we have to deal with, from previous generations. So we got slaves that are being born into the earth because that's the first thing that they get. They get the Christianity, they get the iniquity, the hog mog and the green.
Right.
They get from the inception. So it's like, damn, who's gonna break that? Who's gonna break that cycle?
Right.
And it takes strong men like the priests and prophets in the Isupk to do that. Okay, so lock it.
No, so what that was heavy what you were saying because essentially you got to be a man to know when something is right. And the whole world is gonna go against you, right?
That's right.
Right.
You got to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we tell sisters be like, they don't understand camp, so they don't understand what it is that you see that come before you. You know what I mean? All the demons that raise up, they don't understand it, right? They think that we just up here, just running our mouth. Right. That's why they try to see if you gonna break the rules. Come. I don't know if you ever noticed your rib try to see if you're gonna break them rules, brother. Right. If you're gonna order that shrimp cocktail at the restaurant, right? It's because even in your house, you got somebody watching you because you supposed to live by a standard. Right. You know what I mean? And if you're not living that way, even the people that's in your house, they ready to call you a hypocrite. Right. So you got to be a man, and at all times you got to be ready to stand for the Most High. And that's what we were taught. That's why all the previous classes we were talking about Christ, he came to bring fire. You think that shit? You don't think that burns your rib? Your rib questioning how real you are about this, right? You go get the next rank. Your rib gonna turn the heat up on you. Yeah. It's coming. I'm gonna just let y'all brothers know the heat get turned up because you get the next rank. You got something, brother?
So like I said, if I may, with a precept. If I may.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 36. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, it's heavy what you bring out because, like you said, you know what I'm saying? You got your rib in the household, you're trying to serve the Lord, and she's trying to do everything to deter you from doing that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So she's a foe, which means an enemy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's not. So most of our people are Christian. Right. So it's like Officer Bonky all said, they're real passive. They real passive aggressive. They looking for you to be like them. Right. You know what I'm trying to say? They looking for you to compromise with everything. Right. Okay. What's one of the compromises? You could at least do it for the kids, man. Right. I know, y'all don't do it, but y'all, man, you could at least just take these presents, man. You should have gave them on the 20th or something. You know what I mean? Or you should have gave them throughout the year if you wanted to really give my son something. But you're going to wait till this one filthy, wicked dang on Christmas that you want me to compromise with you. So then, they don't really know they being a foe. They coming at you and wholeheartedly innocent in their mind. Right. However, they a foe to you because now they trying to stand between you and serving the Lord. That's right. You know what I mean? You got some, Officer Bonky?
So what's heavy about that too, in the grand retrospect of just looking at how when you go to camp, of course we got Edomites and heathens that come against the camp, but who is the most outspoken? Those of our own household. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's just like a wicked and evil, disgusting thing, man. But Salaki, that's all.
No, it's heavy. Cause you
Salaki. Christians is heavy what you said, because if you think about Christianity has no order to it, there's no structure to it. If you look at the Chinaman and his beliefs, he has some type of, even though it don't make sense to us, it's some type of structure. Mm-hmm. Christianity tells you can be cultureless. Right. You don't have to have a culture because it was given to you by your oppressor, somebody who has no culture. So Christianity allows you to do any and everything. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so like when Christians coming up against us, they looking at us because they want us to be just as cultureless as they are. Right. Because they claim to be men and women of the Most High. We say we men and women of the Most High. The difference is we walking the walk and talking the talk. Damn right. They're not doing that. That's right. So they trying to come up against us to see if we gonna be just as cultureless as them.
That's right. And that's heavy because that's how Esau is. Right. Mm-hmm. Esau is a Buddhist and he will be a Hindu. He go to India. He take one trip with his rib to India. Now all of a sudden he worship cow dung. Am I lying? Right.
So you might line it up because he'll be a Christian and preach about peace while he's killing the native Indians at the same time.
That's right. Mm-hmm. No, and there's no more vile, wicked fornicator than Esau, right? He dibble and dabble in all gods. Mm-hmm. Right? That's the way he believes that's how he keep his rulership, by including everybody's God, so that he can say, oh yeah, you can come over here and do the worship. It's cool. You know what I mean? You can You can eat bats. You know what I mean? Like that's how he get down. Everything is a way to always maintain power, so that his place looks appealing. This place looks appealing because what Officer Zion said, every nation comes here. It's not because they're gonna maintain the standard of like the, you know, they standard of living changes because they peasants in their home country.
Right.
There is no reason for them to leave if they was living like kings, right? There's no reason for them to leave. So these peasants come here. However, these peasants have a belief system. They have a way of thinking. And when they come here, Esau tell them what? You could maintain that. You know what I mean? Your God is my God. You know, Most High God is all that. Like I heard one of them say, well, you know, we all different, but it's still only one God. What you talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Israel knows the name of the Most High God.
Right.
However, the heathen does not. That's why they always pronounce it wrong. I laugh when they say it too. Like, what is Yahweh? Get out of here. You a heathen, right? I always think about that. And it's sad to watch a brother say it though. Because he ain't in class, he don't understand what his name is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So meanwhile, we say the Most High amongst everybody, but we know the name of the Most High God. You know what I mean?
That's heavy. That's Salakia. That's heavy. You say that because it takes me to, you know, in grade school, you know, our people, they usually give their kids like Afrocentric names, real strong, you know, names is hard to pronounce and enunciate. And usually our teachers are heathens.
Right.
And they have the hardest time.
Right.
Taquan.
Yeah.
You know, the Aquarius. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's easier for them to not even understand how to pronounce the name of the Most High.
Even names, just think about names. It's heavy that you brought that up. Even names is a way for you to try to gain some kind of individuality.
Right.
That's a unique name. Right? Taekwon. Ain't no other person walking around like that.
Right.
Except you know that's a brother. You hear Taekwon, everybody know it's a nigga gonna come through with some cornrows. Right? You know it. But it's a way that we've been conditioned to be like those little acts of defiance. However, we always tell brothers and sisters the greatest act of defiance is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can name. It's all right to name your son John and Paul and Peter, like them average name, but them was name of mighty men. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Them men did something that, you know, is so heavy that we talking about them right now. We over here trying to find them micro ways of going against the grain when it's okay.
Right.
Even the heathen want to be Peter and Paul. You understand what I'm saying? Even the heathen want to name their son Jeremiah and Jonah. You see what I mean? Just think about it. And here we are. We try to go against the grain when them are people.
Right.
And so, in a roundabout way, you know, my class is essentially talking about us joining the oppressor and how we don't join. If you want to maintain brotherhood, you cannot join them.
That's right.
You have to go against them, but you got to go against it in righteousness, right?
Right.
You got to work your slave. We just read we oppressed in this place. You got to work your slave. You got to maintain some kind of lifestyle for your children, right?
Right.
But you got to take your spirit from this place. This place is wicked and evil.
Right.
Okay, let's drop that. Let me get Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Trooper Awabad, when you get it, brother.
The book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart.
Arise ye and depart. Okay. Micah is giving a commandment. You know what I'm saying? If you know something is wicked and evil as hell, you better get up and move away from it, right? All right. You know what I mean? You see your mama and them getting ready to cook the hog maw. You say, hey, I love y'all. I'm gone. All right.
Right.
You know, where you going? I'm going to get some cookout.
That's right.
You know what I mean? What you doing? You know, the brother impressed me. The brother, I was in the car with him. Somebody was getting ready to feed your son something, and you was like, ain't you there? From a distance, brother is checking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how you gotta be. You gotta be diligent with it.
That's right.
Because you know our people they don't realize they being foes to it.
That's right.
Like the brother said, they think that compromising is how you worship the Lord.
Right.
The Lord wants you to be a man about it.
Come,
Right? Keep going, brother.
sir. For this is not your rest.
For this is not your rest. This place is not our rest.
Right.
You wonder why you work a slave and even the rapper. I remember that they had laid out Kanye West contract. He couldn't take a vacation longer than like 3 weeks or something like that. Even you would think a man that reached to be a billionaire, right? That's what they said he was worth, right? $1 billion.
Right.
He got a contract over his head saying he can't take a vacation. He has to constantly produce some kind of music, some kind of beat, some kind of something to fulfill whatever it is that he owes the Caucasian for them billions of dollars, that $1 billion, right? So whoever it is that he's tied to, I don't know what record company it is, they require that, he always giving something of his soul. You know what I mean? Keep going, brother.
Come, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you.
Okay, this place is polluted. You know what I mean? We was out there during the Pride Week, and you seen pollution, noise pollution, eye pollution. You know what I mean? They was playing Madonna. What else they was playing? They were playing some of them, everything you associate with a sissy, they was playing it out there. I was like, good night. Lady Gaga, everything. Ooh, good night. Everything you can associate homosexuality with, they was out there playing it. Noise pollution. You know what I mean? Keep going, brother.
Even with a sword destruction.
So these things that are pollution, that are polluted, it shall destroy you. Homosexuality destroys you.
Right.
Right.
I'm right.
Juneteenth destroys you.
Right.
4th of July, it destroys you. It's a brother that plays in the NFL. Was some years ago blew them fingers off because he was trying to pop fireworks. It destroys you. You get what I'm trying to say? You walking around here like this because you want to take part in Esau kingdom.
Right.
Right? You got something, brother?
So like I said, I just want to bring out the definition of pollution.
Go ahead, brother.
If I may. Definition of pollution in the Merriam-Webster dictionary: the action of polluting, especially by environmental contamination with man-made waste.
Good night.
If I may, sir, Salaki, this is the Christian church.
That's
right. You know what I'm saying? Because we know the Most High didn't make Christianity. You know what I'm saying? The man, Esau, you know what I'm saying? If I may, or our oppressors, they came up with Christianity. You know what I'm saying? We know our culture is being an Israelite.
That's right.
You know, Salaki.
Yeah, but it is man-made waste.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It is worthy of the dunghill.
Right.
You know what I mean? It is worthy of cows trampling all over it. That's why, you know what I mean? When I was a Montreal, I threw that damn picture of Caesar Borgia. I was laughing, boy. I was like, I hope a herd of damn buffalo come running through this. You know what I mean? That's what Christianity is a bunch of trash.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a vessel or a way to try to control our people. We think about everything like I was saying, like we say all the time, soft and effeminate.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't even be a man inside that place.
Right.
Women run that junk. Any man that really has something about himself, he ain't sitting in the Christian church. He'd rather be on the block selling dope before he sit in the Christian church. Am I lying? Anybody? Y'all can stop me when I'm lying. Cause any man that feel like he got something about himself, he is not going to be in there. And then you got the nerve and the audacity to be in there and women rule over you. You can't even worship the Most High the way you supposed to because you worried about what women say. Right? I know for a fact you shouldn't come step in front of me saying nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you the whole time you compromise your whole existence. Okay. And it says even with the sword destruction. We got some?
I got you.
Even with the sword destruction. What's a sword destruction? Let me see what you're gonna say, Trooper Awabad. So it says it shall destroy you. Everybody know what being destroyed mean.
Right.
You know. You went in one way and went out, and all y'all went in one way and left 7, right?
Right.
But then there's a sword destruction. So just think about the word. Just think about that word sword. If you ever fell down and hurt yourself, go ahead, brother.
It's like information that's saying it's gonna be a destruction that you're gonna feel for a minute.
That's right. It don't just go away. That's just if you fell down and you hurt yourself and it's scabbed over. That scab don't just go away.
Right.
It peels off and bleeds again, and You got to put, you know what I mean? So these things that happen to us, it lingers for a while.
That's right.
And 1 year unto the Lord, I mean, one day unto the Lord is what? 1,000 years. We ain't suffered long enough yet in his eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Think about how heavy that is. We ain't suffered a full day yet in his eyes.
Right.
So this sword destruction, you know, the Lord waiting for the Lord, and he's so merciful because that's what he waiting for. You think the brothers in the ISUPK erect? I can never imagine when I was like in my 20s that I heard of brothers. Yeah, that's why it's like when I think about y'all brothers and y'all been exposed to it so early.
Right.
You know what I mean? Y'all exposed to it early. I can only imagine how strong y'all brothers gonna be.
Mm.
You know what I mean? These brothers is everywhere in the ISUPK now. You know what I'm saying? It was just it wasn't as prevalent in the earth as it is now.
Right.
And that's only because young brothers like y'all done grabbed hold of it and y'all ran with it.
That's right.
And so now brothers are trying to maintain a way to make sure everything stays UPK. So no brother is leaning on his own understanding. It's a way that we do things, and it might bother you too. You feel like you should just go and do it. No, you got to be a soldier at all times, right? Okay.
Like what they say, Esau military, embrace the suck.
See what I'm saying?
You got to. Shit bother you gotta embrace it, man.
You got to do it. We know y'all brother want to grab it and run with it, but it's a way it has to be done. It's a way that it has to be brought forth to our brothers and sisters. We can't give not 1 inch of that. We have a crack in our armor. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get cut by Esau at camp because you know been run out there too early, right? And Esau cut you one time, and then you know yeah. And then you know what I mean. And everybody want to see us destroyed, right? They want to see this thing disappear.
Right.
I know Esau would love it.
Right.
So brothers shouldn't rush. Don't rush, man. It's just like a child. Like I tell my son, don't rush, man. Stay a child long as you can.
Right.
That's right.
Stay learning as long as you can. So when you come out there, you raise a sharp. You know what I mean? So drop that. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna go to the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 12. Ecclesiasticus 9 and 12. Trooper Ithanya, when you get it, brother.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, verse 12. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in.
What does Esau have pleasure in? What does our oppressor have pleasure in? Homosexuality.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why the BET Awards was all about it. They pranced that soft. Damn, I be wanting to say it, but I can't. That soft sissy. They pranced him all in front of the camera with that blue dress on, white and blue dress. I was like, man, every time, no matter what award it would be the Oscar Awards. They had that other sissy that wear a long dress. You seen them? And then for rap. Then for rap and R&B things that were always associated with black people and black people only.
Right.
They erect another one.
Come.
You know what I'm trying to say? They delight in that. You ain't supposed to have pleasure. You're supposed to cut the TV off.
That's right.
So you know the thing that gets me about that is they parade this brother in front of blacks, Hispanics as a rapper, and he's not even a rapper.
Right.
He is not even a rapper. I think he a pop artist.
Country music. If you talking about Lil Nas X.
I think the country song what took it off, but I think he's more pop than he is rap.
Oh, he's definitely pop.
Because who listen to pop though?
Mm-hmm.
The oppressor kids listen to pop.
Right.
They ain't parading him in front of their children. They parading him in front of the black community. Right. I have yet to see a rapper actually come out and say, I'm a homosexual.
Right.
But they got this one, and blacks and Hispanics just soaking it all in.
Right.
We soaking it all up. And then you got Meg Thee Stallion, they parading her around. Right. She was on there kissing a woman.
Yeah.
No, that's a damn good heavy point you making, Salakia, sir.
No, sure.
you mentioned the brother that wore the dress at the Oscars. His name is Billy Porter, and I saw an article on him a few months ago where he actually came out and revealed that he has HIV.
Of course he does.
You know,
Of course he does. It's no doubt about it. You think you gonna display something that destroys Lord's chosen people, and he ain't gonna make you pay for it?
That's right.
But you see, they low key tell you that he got HIV. Instead, while he was prancing, you should say, "Oh, look at this sissy that got HIV with them long." They ain't saying that to you, are they?
Right.
Because they want to make that homosexuality appealing.
Right.
But they know that equals death for you.
That's right.
Salakia, sir. I was also noticing on social media wise and everything, dude. We had I won't say men in the truth, but like at least masculine men who would speak about how that they're pushing homosexuality on the TV so strongly, but it would automatically get like shut down and berated. I want to say about mostly women, and then they would close their mouth. I was like, God, y'all was on it.
You got to be a man.
Right.
There ain't no real man unless you're in the ISUPK.
Right.
That's why we always tell them brothers, come to you can go ahead and keep doing your little song, right? Come in, it's been celebrities been up in the school. You can maintain, whatever it is, but the Lord gonna work. He gonna work your spirit, and you're gonna leave that mess, right? Because you were once after something, but once you learn the truth, you ain't after that thing no more, right? You not after it no more.
Yeah, right.
You much rather be a man. You know what I mean? I'd rather do manly things than be worrying about what these sissies doing.
Right.
And the thing about our people is, then for some reason Esau makes these people that are immoral. They are without the law, right? They have no morals or standards. They only care about money. Do you think all them brothers in there rapping, they ain't looking at him like he's a disgusting sissy? But because he's getting money, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do a song with him so I can get some money too. Because in reality, their God is money. Their power is money. That's what they think about. They think that that's the way that they're gonna navigate through this kingdom.
So like, and chasing that bag, you'll end up putting on a dress too.
You'll put on
That's
that
right.
dress too. Well, we was talking about it in the car, right?
Right.
We was talking about it in the car on the way to camp. Brothers didn't know that it was never called acting. It was called being a thespian in Rome. Thespians played women and male roles, and men would kiss women and wear dresses as actors in Rome. They were called thespians, a known profession for homosexuals. Then here it is, 2021. If you want to get the bag and be in that world, you gonna put on a dress if you really trying to forward your career.
That's right.
And if you're a woman, which that profession was never meant for a woman. Being a thespian was only a job for a homosexual male, right? Now, if you're a woman, you got to bear yourself. You got to show something. You end up being on Hustler magazine anyway.
Right.
You were trying to avoid being in pornography, but on film in regular movies, you end up showing yourself anyway.
That's right.
That thing is an evil, wicked thing. You know what I mean? I always said, like, all the brothers that's written in the Bible that did all these glorious things, that would be a spectacular movie, because you just reading the story, you're like, why would they ever make a movie about that? Because they was masculine.
Right.
You would have to really diminish the man to even make, to even make it palatable for them. You know what I mean? You would have to make some kind of weird thing about Daniel to talk about Daniel in a movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? You would have to do it. Keep going, brother.
But remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave.
Okay, delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in. But remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave. So we understand this because what? The Lord get you in your third and fourth generation.
Right.
One day he gonna get you. You might feel like you getting away with it now, but he gonna get you. And Esau been walking around like he think he is untouchable.
Right.
And anybody, what's the scripture? Any brother know that? He says, I make the enemy, so I make him Salaki. I can't remember. But anyway, he's building Esau up so he may show his power. I think that's how the scripture goes. He's building the enemy up I'm showing my power. So all these things that Esau think he's doing and getting away with, he's doing it because he's being allowed to do these things. So the Lord may show that I can flip him upside down when I want to.
That's right.
Like, I think that's how it goes, show my power in the something like that.
You got it, brother?
So, like, sir, if I may,
Okay.
I think it's Romans 9:17.
Keep going, brother.
It says, for the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose I have raised thee up, that I may show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Good night. So Esau walking around here like he is untouchable.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the Lord doing that for a reason. The Lord, that's why Christ was saying, I'm separating. I'm letting everybody that's going to fall off like the chaff, I'm letting you fall. Go into the fire. However, the ones that's going to stand up and be with me, that's what the Lord waiting on.
Come.
The ones that endure all that, right? For the sake of brotherhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? The brothers giving up their Saturdays when they could be doing something. You could be doing something with your Saturday.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just started to realize I ain't gonna do nothing but kick back and, you know what I mean, drink and drink and eat chicken. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna do. The wings be calling me on Saturday. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then so I know that, you know, if that's all I got to give up, I might as well go to camp.
That's right.
I might as well be amongst my brothers.
Right.
Yeah,
Just think about what could happen at camp, and you ain't there. You could have been the deciding factor in some, you know, something that happened, something that went down. We needed one more man, and you wasn't there.
Good night.
You know what I mean? We needed one more brother to watch the corner of another brother, and you wasn't there.
That's right.
So I always think about it like that. We need each other.
That's right.
You think we come to each other's houses and we get so close, and then on Saturday I'm gonna be like, nah, eating these chicken wings is more important than you.
Right.
Damn them chicken wings. We go eat somewhere else. You know what I mean? We go eat together after camp.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the perspective that I use. So whatever you got to use for your motivation, just use it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That every Saturday, you know, like I used to tell my read, you better pray for rain. You better do a rain dance. If you think I ain't going to camp, you must be out your mind.
That's right.
That's the kind of you know, the mindset you gotta have. You better pray for rain. You know what I mean? And then because you did it, the Lord gonna make it a sunny day. You know what I mean? Keep going, verse 13, brother.
Verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that have power to kill.
Okay, Most High in Christ. When we say separation, we mean it.
Right.
Esau has the power to kill. You invite him into your church like they did in Charleston, South Carolina. What he do? He killed. Instead of saying, oh, we separate. Yeah, the church of the Pentecostal church is down the road. You know what I mean? Instead of telling them that, the Lutheran church is, 2 blocks down. That's where you should go.
Right.
Instead of telling them that, they invited them in there. Our people have a way of thinking that when Esau is involved, that all of a sudden we have reached the heights now.
Right.
We are now reaching Esau now. Because that's and to a Christian, that's validation.
Yeah.
Because I've been praying all my life that racism will go away. And look, this dirty looking he looked dirty too. All them cleanly dressed brothers and sisters that was in that place, they was sharp. We talk about it all the time. Little pink socks showing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sisters dressed all the time. They like this dirty heathen in there, looking like he was up to no good. They let him in.
So like it's a heavy point because he had like a bowl cut.
Bowl cut.
I automatically think, this is a psycho.
He looked like one.
None of the brothers were strong enough to recognize that.
That's right.
None.
To get close enough to him, just in case,
He looked like Jim.
start tripping.
He looked like Jim Carrey on Dumb and Dumber. And you gonna let him in? You gonna let him in amongst women and children?
Right.
So like it, and that only happened because we choose not to keep ourselves far away from the man that had the power to kill. And when we do that, we have homosexuality in our communities.
Right.
You understand? We have on June the 27th, 2021, a country getting bombed to piss
Right.
by an oppressor. Why? Because we don't choose to separate ourselves from our enemy.
That's right.
That's
We
right.
think that we can join ourselves with our enemy And every day in and day out, the Most High shows us that you are not in control. You have to separate, man.
Mhm.
This man is your enemy. Nobody knows that. Or everybody knows that, Salakia, but don't nobody adhere to it. Nobody tries to show it. Nobody separates themselves except the ISUPK, man. And that's because the Most High has showed us the right way, and Commander General YAHANNA held it down and taught us.
That's
Everybody
right.
knows.
Right.
And and then you just think about the mental acceptance that you took with them tenets of Christianity, that God loves everybody.
Right.
You could not reject this devil at the door.
Right.
Mhm.
You had to let him in, because then you wouldn't be Christian.
Good Christian.
You wouldn't be a good Christian if you rejected this devil. You get what I'm trying to say?
Come.
However, it ain't no devil gonna walk up to the door talking about he want to come to class with the ISUPK.
Right.
You gonna look at a brother, gonna look at you like, if you don't get you gonna get out of here with that. First thing gonna ask you, what's your nationality?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? First thing, because guess what? We got women and children in here.
Mhm.
And then if you questionable, it's gonna be two brothers sitting right beside you. Like, yeah, that's right there, brother.
Right.
Looking in your book, letting you know how close you smelling EC Miyake. Gonna be up on you. You get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
And that's why we tell brothers and sisters, you come into class. You know what I'm saying? You get to see what brotherhood is. You know what I mean? We give up our life for brothers and sisters. That's how serious we take it.
Right.
And you're supposed to separate yourself from them that can kill you. Esau ain't supposed to be he ain't supposed to be amongst you.
Mhm.
Keep going, brother.
Come. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death?
So shalt not thou doubt the fear of death. So he's saying keep thee far away. So you don't have to even consider or doubt. You know what I mean? You ain't have to consider dying if you're dealing with it. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That's basically what he's saying. You ain't even doubting the fact that you ain't even, well, I'm just trying to say it right. So these same said people that can kill you, if you keep them separate, that thought of that fear that comes over you about dying, that ain't even something you gotta even consider.
Mhm.
Everybody know Esau a walking murderer.
That's right.
One thing gonna piss him off, and he gonna slaughter everybody.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a heavy point. You're not even thinking about it, because the murderer is far from you. It's not even cross your mind.
Right.
And the complete inverse is that whenever we see, like when the police, I have my niece, one of my cousins, raised her as my niece. She had a bad run-in. Her dad was in and out of prison.
Mhm.
Always, getting the police call on him. So police car coming driving down the block, me being in the world, I'm thinking that he's a public servant. He's here to protect and to serve. My cousin ran in the house. She was like 4 years old, and figured out later why. Because she knows the damage he can do. He's a murderer.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And she knew that at 3, and I was what, 21? Didn't know that, because I'm in the Christian church.
Right. So like you said, if I made a bit on what the other one said too, like you said, we was talking in the, the car going on the way to camp, the brother he brought out, he was getting invited, to chill with Esau to go fishing.
Mhm.
He wasn't thinking about, how Esau could plot against him, making snares against him so that he could murder him.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're not even thinking, this is my enemy. I'm embarrassed with him. So I shouldn't even be around him, period. You know what I'm saying? To separate himself. So again, you know what I'm saying? He had no doubt of that death that could be upon him.
Esau is a cunning hunter.
Right. Come.
You think that Esau is your friend.
Right.
The whole time he's conditioning you to go to a place.
Right.
You went to them backwoods. You ever wonder how a brother hanging from a tree in the woods somewhere? You done been conditioned to go to with this Caucasian, and then one day it'd be 3 or 4 with him one day. And then because Christianity, you say, I'm gonna go on back home, man. It's too late then.
Right.
You out there in the woods and they've been waiting on you. And then now you're a picture hanging in a tree somewhere, looking like strange fruit.
Right.
Because you haven't been taught that these people are murderers because of Christianity.
Right.
The thing, it's not that you ain't been taught. What I mean to say is, you see all the images. Christianity does it's a wicked thing how Christianity works.
That's right.
It's like all these things. You seen George Floyd. The Lord constantly give you these examples. you see what it is. So then there's little things like police reform that make you ignore that Esau is a beast. It ain't just the police. It ain't just that. It's not just the police. It's the Caucasian at the job that's been inviting you on a fishing trip, and then he'll hit you upside your head and dump you over the boat. You know what I'm saying? We don't consider what it is that you're dealing with. You're dealing with a murderer, somebody that can kill you. And then just like the sister, it was a sister that went. I don't know if y'all brothers are familiar with this. It was a sister that went to a sleepover, and it was like 5 Caucasian women, and they found her flipped over the balcony and had multiple contusions in weird places, and she was dead. Next morning, they all said, "Oh, she must have fell over drunk."
Right.
She must have fell off the balcony drunk. Because we think these people that all of a sudden they're gonna change. They've been this way, right?
400 years.
400 years they've been this way. Exactly. They're like a trooper Awabah said, they were born with the sword, man. They solve their problems through death.
Right.
You know what I mean? When they want something, they take it by the sword. They willing to they try to rush the Capitol because they was unhappy with the vote.
Right.
You think they was going up there to go shake hands with them police? Thank you for your service. They wasn't doing that.
So like, and what's so heavy about what you're saying is, they have been this way forever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Rosewood didn't happen because they was trying to be friends and find out who committed a crime against this white woman, Salaki. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen. But Tulsa, Oklahoma didn't happen because somebody committed a crime and they just wanted everybody to come together and find. No, they wanted to make you know that they had the power to kill.
Right.
Power to kill.
That's right.
That's heavy. And then you think the woman, the wife of the bosom, don't know the nature of her man?
Right.
Why you think she always bring up a lie when she wants some violence to be incited?
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? You did her dirty at the club or rejected her at the club, or you went somewhere and you didn't make her feel special like most brothers do Becky. Then she lie on you and say you raped her. What she know about the police when they come get you? You see what I'm trying to say? She understands the nature of her people. She knows that. It's real deliberate. And here it is. You think because you sleeping with her, she a woman. You laying with her, she's harmless. No, she has the ability to kill.
Right. They invoked the spirit of Carolyn Bryant, who was the white woman that was responsible for Emmett Till getting murdered.
Most high Christ.
Right.
Off of a wolf whistle.
Straight up.
You know, alleged wolf whistle.
Right.
I'm sure the brother didn't say nothing.
Nothing.
So like, did she come out and
she
say
came
that?
out and said
Right.
it.
On her deathbed.
Yeah, they know right when to tell the truth, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
It was the CIA, like right when they about to gag, they tell the truth. It was a wicked people, man. We always talk about brothers being laid in the street and how they sitting there for hours. Esau working his lie, and they so good at it that they once it's said, once they come to a consensus about what happened, anybody question them from that day on, and like we said, you gonna find out to the deathbed. Right. It's too late then. It's too late to get justice then. But however, you could have separated in the first place,
right, and
not even been there. You could have kept the law, statutes, and commandments and separated yourself. You've never been in that situation. You be at the slave, some devil talking about, oh, we having a barbecue. You can come over. I'm good. I got plans this weekend. Right. You know what I mean?
Sit at home, eat chicken,
that's right. Straight up. Keep going, brother.
If thou come unto him, make no fault.
So if this same said murderer, if you come across him, for example, police, make no fault. Right. He say hand over them documents. You better hand them over, brother.
That's right.
This man got the power to kill you.
Right. That's right.
They make sure they display that he got power to kill you, because when they go to court, trust me, that it was hard for them to get that one devil 22 and a half years.
Right.
But they seen it was Caucasian that was willing to tear up stuff for the sake of black people, right? So he had to get something. They couldn't have let him walk off scot-free like they would have did most people. That's why in the South, they walk scot-free because ain't no brother in the South really he ain't tearing up nothing.
That's right.
And Salaki, with him getting them 22 years, whatever. Think about the U.S. government in that situation. Think about the U.S. government being Abraham Lincoln. Think about that, because that's what they was doing. If I could, what Abraham Lincoln, if I could do this without freeing the slaves,
that's right.
I would.
Compromise.
If I could make them happy and keep them from rioting without sending you to jail for 22 and a half years, I would do it.
That's right.
I would. You better believe that they thought about each and everything that they could do to keep him from doing 22 and a half years, but they couldn't.
They couldn't.
And I guarantee you, he's probably going to appeal. And he's probably going to win.
They're probably going to win.
So, like you said, if I may add on with that, to ask a question, wouldn't that be, respect to Ecclesiastes 7:7 with that bribe that destroys the heart? Because we see, this man that got the 22 and a half years, and we're like, oh, well, now the justice system is showing justice. And now we put our guards down, just like how we put Sleepy Joe, he give us Juneteenth. We thinking, oh, well, these oppressors are for us. But again, we know to never trust our enemy.
I think it's more of a Deuteronomy 28 curse. You got no might in your hand. Because what we do is we vote per capita more than Caucasian people do.
Right.
However, Asian people can get a Stop Asian Hate bill and they vote the less. They vote way less than anybody.
That's right.
Because we got no might in our hand. Don't nobody respect us.
Right.
But you best believe you kept the law, statute, and commandments, you would be something respectable.
Yeah, I'm right.
That's why when that devil come and he patrol the area, the police don't ever mess with us. Because we respectable men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We saying everything like free. They respect that you free. Esau respects that. He like, oh, okay, they over here calling us the devil. He got a badge on. He a white man with a badge. He's like, oh, okay, wow.
Right.
They respect free.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You willing to do something that, that most of these people that I deal with all day long, they ain't willing to do. But you willing to do it. They see the spirit of the Lord in you. And that's why we go to camp. That's why I'm like I said before, a camera wouldn't be in my face if it wasn't for the Isupk. I'd be somewhere just chilling, eating chicken wings. Right? You know what I mean? But however, the Lord put me on display that I must do this thing because every brother should be free like that. You keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, brother. And Esau, he will not stand up against you.
That's right.
The Bible says you striking like a lion. That's why he grabbed the pistol. You just think about the day you keeping the law, statute, commandments. He know it is gonna end badly for him.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Just think about it. That's what we out here for. It's some more on that, brother.
Sir. Lest he take away thy life presently.
So make no fault. Pull out them documents.
Right.
Esau come, just go ahead and do it, man. Ain't nothing you gotta argue. First of all, them rights that you claiming that you got, they weren't written for you in the first place. Right? You're a slave in this place. Right? The whole reason why he the police is because for generation after generation, they've been running down on black people. That's why he chose to do that job in the first place. Right? So you sitting there telling him about your Bill of Rights, use the fool.
Right.
Give him them documents. Okay, keep going, because unless he take away thy life presently. So in 2021, they put knees on necks.
That's right.
Even with cameras.
Put his hands in his pocket while he was doing it, letting you know he can do it with the camera, smiling. You know what I'm saying? Knowing he can do it. He can take away thy life presently. Keep going.
Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares.
You think that police standing on that corner hidden up in the block for no reason? He's sitting there so you can't see his cop car. He's setting a trap for you.
That's right.
You think they ain't putting that car just sitting? North Carolina got the most cars sitting vacant with the music playing that I have ever seen in my life. You think that ain't a snare? Get in there if you want to. I was just over there by City Trends over there, and it was a car just sitting, brand new car, radio loud and everything running. You think that ain't a snare?
It's a bait car.
That's exactly what it is.
And that truck they parked in the hood Command Junior did a story on all the Jordans and stuff in the back of it. It was a bait truck
That's it.
waiting on you to come up there and take some off it.
You know why? Because we don't have black and Hispanic people. We really, if we eating, we don't have no reason to steal. They have to make it enticing. Put some Jordans in the back of a truck. Let me get a young man that want to drive a car. You know what I mean? Let me set him up. That's a snare. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We don't realize the snare is being set in front of us.
Come on, God, so heavy with you saying, sir, because that just proves that they know we starving out here. They know for a fact that you broke. They know for a fact that your community is poverty. And then they still gonna add to it by putting bait trucks out there.
That's it.
To send your daddy to jail or send your brother to jail so he can come out, can't get a job. Now what he gonna do? He gonna steal again or he gonna go
That's
sell
right.
crack to his auntie or whatever?
That's right. Got to do it. You don't have to. You can keep lost action command.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you come to the ISUPK and none of that happens. I always say, brothers and sisters, you put General YAHANNA to the test. You think he just giving you a bunch of talk? You used to pastor giving you a bunch of talk. We about that life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're going to require you come to camp, though. We're going to require you come to class. Is that something you willing to do? That's the trade-off. You ain't going to, you know what I'm saying? You really trying to change your life or not?
Right.
Keep going, brother.
God. And that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
What is the battlements? Can any brother look that up? Battlements. I think it has something to do with battlements. You looking it up, Kevin? You got it? What is it?
A parapet at the top of a wall, especially of a fort or castle, that has regularly spaced squared openings for shooting through.
Good night. So what is it saying? You walking in the midst, thou goest in the midst of snares, and thou walkest upon the battlements of a city.
Kind of basically saying like Zion said, you walk into that kill zone, that kill box.
Most High Christ. Tell them about the gun line, boss. You know what I'm saying? Tell them about the gun line. You know what I mean? You do anything. I got the because I'm the policeman. I can put you to death. You gonna walk right in this kill box.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't know that's how we live. We live because of Christianity. You know what I mean? Let's drop that. Let's get Proverbs. Oh, Salakia. Micah chapter 2, verse 1.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devised iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. What is it saying? Anybody got the understanding of what this is saying? We know what woe means, right? Woe means destruction. So it's something that's being said about people that behave this way. Go ahead,
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
So like I said, if I may, woe to them, like I said, destruction to them. And I got the definition of devise, which says a plan or event, a complex procedure, system, or mechanism by careful thought. So like you said, if I may, this is the judicial system. You know what I'm saying? If I may, because it's used for our destruction. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it says, woe to them that devise iniquity. All they do is figure out a way to how Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the true chosen of God, can sin against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So like it says, destruction to them that plan on how they can make us sin.
Okay, Most High in Christ. That's heavy.
Salaki, I can't help but to think about the other nations in Psalms 83. You know, the crafty council.
Right.
You know, where they devise, you know, a way to cut Israel off and make it a name of no remembrance, basically.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, what's real heavy when I think about our people, you know, is them adding sin to sin. Like, it was one thing for us to go into slavery because of our disobedience. but it was a total other thing for them to remove our identity.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, okay, we know that when they're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, we can't do nothing with these people.
Exactly.
But as long as they don't know who they are, they'll always be underneath our knee.
Most High in Christ.
You know,
And what y'all was saying is heavy. Okay. But it's saying, woe to them that devise iniquity, right? And work evil upon their beds. I'm gonna give you an example of a bastard that does it. Joe Biden.
Right.
Joe Biden, when he came up with that crime bill, that most of our uncles and fathers are locked up in prison today, and the reason why you act effeminate right now is because of Joe Biden. And then he come and pull on in the homosexuality because you don't have a masculine example in your household. You get what I'm trying to say? So what he does is at night he think about how to destroy Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Before he's at night on his bed, he thinking about how to do something that causes you to do iniquity, like y'all brothers were saying. I done took their daddy out of the household with my crime bill. Now let me bring this homosexuality on in. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and do that. Right? Keep going.
Come on, sir. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
I told you it was Joe Biden.
Right.
Everybody want to sit there and vote that devil because he was with the African Obama.
Right.
Meanwhile, Obama was African. He did not do not one thing for Black and Hispanic people, except homosexuality. So that means to tell you that we don't understand that they sit on the edge of their bed thinking about what they can do to us. It's very well thought out.
Right.
You think somebody that go to Harvard and Yale don't know how to play chess?
So like it, that power being in their hand. Oh yeah, I got this plan right here. Oh, let me write it up. Oh, they can't vote on it. Let me sign this in with this pen.
That's right. Executive order that thing.
Power right there in that pen.
That's it. He got the power to do it. If you want to vote, or you don't want to vote on it, I'll sign it in the law. And you go to take it. You go take it to court and see if I don't got the power to do it. So we don't understand that we participate in a system that's designed to destroy you down the road. They have to they have to practice it first.
Right.
It don't just happen all of a sudden. It's being put into practice.
Right.
Now you get a pop star that's representing rap now.
Right.
Wearing a dress, looking like a sissy. Keep going, brother.
Come, verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away.
Good night. These same said people that devise plans, right? They sit on the edge of the bed thinking about how to destroy you. They covet your field. And so if you're a Native Indian and you think that you ain't our brother, okay? I know we got a lot of Native Indians in North Carolina. If you think that you ain't our brother, you think about this scripture right here.
Right.
That land you sitting on, and the reason why your grandma is sitting on a trailer on 3 acres, and when you had the whole entire run of everything, is because Esau wanted it. He coveted that thing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And he took them by violence. He took them by violence, right? And your houses. We always say, Officer Rotterdam said it one time. He's like, you see a house sitting somewhere and it's laid perfectly somewhere. That was already Native Indian had a house there and they knocked it down. And they erected a stone building. In 2021, it's sitting on a pristine spot on a lake somewhere. You get what I'm saying? That's how they get down. This sounds like our oppressor.
Right.
Keep going, brother.
Come, sir. And houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house.
They do what?
Oppress a man and his house.
Joe Biden does what?
Oppress a man and his house.
Surely oppression what? Makes a wise man mad, right? That's what we brought out earlier, right? Surely oppression makes a wise man mad. You wonder why we walk around here and we willing to do whatever it takes just for a fraction of, you know, just a little bit of crumb that fall off the table. You really why that's what the dope game about, right? The metric tons came in, and it was some billionaire or former president that made the money in the first place.
Right.
Here you are, you over here fighting and killing over the crumbs left from it. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
That's oppression. They know they're not giving you no jobs. Nobody want to hire you. What's your alternative, right? Let's throw some dope in. Let's go throw some dope in the neighborhood real quick, because they devised the plan in the first place. They sat on the edge of the bed figuring out what we can do to keep throwing they world upside down. Keep having them kill each other.
Right.
Keep having them do witchcraft to each other. Something that they know the Lord ain't with. Right?
Come.
Keep going.
Come, sir. Even a man and his heritage.
Even a man and his heritage. So they oppress a man, even a man and his heritage. What's your heritage?
It's like it's your children.
Your children. Your culture. That's why we stand on the corner and we tell brothers and sisters we Israel. They looking like, what are you talking about?
Right.
What you talking about? I'm African American.
Your history.
Your history.
Critical race theory. Bruce Jenner came out talking about how he's gonna go up against critical race theory if he gets elected to office. I don't know what he's running for. Yeah. Whatever office he's running for. Whatever office
My God.
is running for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
And
that's oppression there.
what's heavy about what you're saying is he has a daughter that has a child with an Israelite, and you don't want to empower her. You don't want her to understand what has been. You get what I'm trying to say? And it's for his benefit because he's a selfish bastard.
Right.
So that ain't really a child in his eyes that he loves and cares about. This is Esau we talking about.
Right.
It was okay for his daughter to mess with a rich rap star. He wasn't gonna stand in the way of that. However, I'll stand in the way of my grandchild learning about what it was that my people did to hers. You see how the evil of people they are? Well, I much rather her forget about that.
That's right.
I much rather that not be said, so she don't have to look at me any kind of way. You get what I mean? This is the type of people we dealing with. The whole reason, that's what General YAHANNA said, you want freedom. I mean, General Muhammad said, he want freedom as long as it ain't for you. I want to be free to go in a woman's bathroom and have a rod hanging out the bottom of a skirt. You know what I'm saying? I want that freedom to do that. However, you can't have freedom to understand what was done to your people. Good night. Let's drop that. Let's get Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. Good night.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
So these same said people, our oppressors, we have a sister that come stand before the camp and go against brothers. You know, want to embrace the oppressor for the sake of getting along with the oppressor, right? Even though you want to join hand in hand with them, right? And sing "We Shall Overcome" together. Guess what the Lord said? They shall not go unpunished.
All right.
So it's just like what I said. If you don't want to be brought up in that, you don't want. First of all, we already punished. Why you want to go and share some more?
Right.
I don't get it. It seemed like to me that's an obvious answer. Let I separate.
Right.
If it's some more punishment coming, I done been punished my whole entire life. Why I'm gonna sit here and go with him?
That's right.
Somebody that been walking around scot-free, been walking around like he got nothing coming to him. Why would I join to him and take some more of that? You get the point I'm trying to make? Like, why would I go and join and take on more than I already done got? I already done got it. The Lord done made me understand what punishment really is.
Right.
The Lord, when I seen it, when I start realizing, like, damn, that's what I'm going through. I didn't even realize that's what I'm going through.
Right.
And it's been made before, it may have been plain as day to me. I'm like, dang. And then I'm gonna go and join with Esau, and he ain't had nothing come yet. I'm not going down that road with him.
That's right.
I'd much rather separate. I already done felt the Lord. I don't want no more. I don't want no more of that. Whatever coming to him, I do not want that.
Right.
You just think about what the Lord is saying. I love you and I punished you. This bastard I hate him. And you're gonna go and join with that? He said, it says in the Bible, I hate Esau.
That's right.
But he loved us, and we are getting put through the ringer. And you're gonna go and stand with punishment with somebody the Lord hate? I don't want that, brother. Y'all want to go join with him? I'm gonna stay separate. I don't want none of his barbecue. I don't want none of that. I don't want to eat his I don't want his potato salad with raisins. I don't want to do none of that. Whatever the Lord got planned for him, I want to be free and clear of it.
Right.
I much rather be with my brothers.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make Esau my brother. He ain't got nothing yet. I can only imagine what the Lord got for him. When you say the cup shall be poured out double and then double, good night. So this cup right here is gonna a double cup, fill it, pour it out, and fill it again. I don't want that, brother. Oh, I'm sorry. You can have it. I'm separating. All right. Keep going, man.
Concert. But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
That's what we just said. Separate, keep you law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
So you could be seen as righteous. So you don't even have to partake in that. You know what I mean? Your children don't have to partake in that.
Right.
So everybody be talking about, I always hear brothers and sisters, they have the idea that they part of the 144. They swear I be hearing them fake Israelites saying that. I be like, brother, you sadly mistaken.
That's right.
Right. The Lord might deem you wicked. You might have to go on down with Esau.
Right.
You should be living for your children, making sure they not tainted, making sure they brought up right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being a selfish bastard, that's what you really being. You being selfish. Think about them children. You know what I mean? We say grandma giving them greens with the pork in it.
Right.
You stop doing that. Start thinking about what it is that you're supposed to do to enrich them. And that's why we got little people in here now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's why we got little people in here now. You learning something very valuable, because I didn't hear this when I was a kid. I did not hear this. I didn't get the real image of what a strong man looks like. I did not have it. We was out here. I was out in the world, and I was out here thinking I was doing what a man does, young. And I was flawed. A real man stands on principles. He loves his people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He exhibits brotherhood. He like Captain Mashak said, he go broke for the truth. Whatever he can do to make sure that his people prosper or do better than what they did before. That's what we after, right? And so you guys are learning real early. And when I sit here, I'm proud watching y'all, because y'all sit here, y'all attentive. You know what I mean? Y'all not just sitting in here, y'all going to sleep in the corner like this. Y'all are really listening.
Right.
So y'all in here learning. Y'all understand something.
That's right.
And whatever is paining you, whatever things that y'all been through, it gets better. It gets better because you understanding something right now. You know what I mean? And that's what y'all need to think about. Always remember that. Let's drop that. Let's get Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12. And then we're gonna go into New Testament. We're gonna go into New Testament for Christians. And Lord willing, that's what we'll end on. I'm laying down the foundation for brothers to understand about who our oppressor is and why we shouldn't join them. Okay. So all these scriptures that I brought out were geared for you to understand that for the sake of brotherhood, or for the sake of us doing what it is that we're supposed to do in the ISUPK, this is the reason why we tell you to separate.
Right.
These scriptures is in the Bible plain as day. And pastor goes nowhere near them.
Right.
Yeah, he tell you, well, we in the New Testament. He say we in the New Testament, so he ain't got to deal with it.
Right.
Dang, he made his profession real easy. At least a surgeon, he get down on somebody, and it might be a vein or artery that he must mend before he even get to what he doing. Something real heavy.
That's right.
Somebody that make a lot of money got some, he got some obstacles to overcome to get to really do his job.
Mm-hmm.
But the pastor make it easy for himself. Damn, he want to make sure his lies are where he can get away with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you go, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you go ask him some of these questions that we brought out in Isupk Fayetteville and see what he say. Watch him wiggle. Watch him wiggle and squirm when you bring it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because the whole time he told you we was in the New Testament.
Right.
And Caucasians are your friends. Caucasians are your brother. The Asian man is your brother. Right? He done told you all this since you was a little boy. You know, rose up. Now you tune into one class, and then we brought out a whole bunch of scriptures to describe somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And as plain as day, if you can't see this is Esau we talking about. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
So bring it to pass and see what he say. You got that, brother?
Common concept. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Woe to him. Here go that word again.
Yeah.
Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood. Fayetteville was built by blood, brother.
Mm-hmm.
We don't got all these Native Indians around here for nothing. You know what I'm saying? He had to slaughter to get Fayetteville.
That's right.
You think he put his second largest military post in the United States over here, and he didn't have to establish it by blood? He had to kill something to get this. Second largest, right? Yeah. Fort Hood, the largest, right? This is the second largest.
Largest on the East Coast, though.
Yeah, it's the largest on the East Coast.
Yeah. Dog and Pony Show. Good night. You think he didn't establish this? You don't think he established this city with blood?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And guess what the Lord said? Whoa, this place shall be destroyed. It make me wonder, should I be at the second largest? Should I be at the second largest? Where the second largest post is? I might not. Good night.
So, Lockie, don't worry, you're going to be in Iowa. Teach you the way you teach.
Oh, oh, man. Mosiah Christ. It says, woe to him that buildeth the town with blood.
Mm-hmm.
And notice he didn't say woe to the woman. He said woe to him, right? Men build. Men establish things. I hate to say it like that, but there's no other way to say it. No matter how much you want to be a sissy and wear a dress, you a man.
That's right.
No matter how much you think you a woman, you an alpha female. That new term that bothers me.
Right.
Since when all of a sudden women became alpha? Good night. You ain't establishing no city. I'm sorry to say it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole entire earth was established by men, right? Keep going.
Common. And establish a city by iniquity.
Establish a city by iniquity. We just talk about Esau. This sound like the oppressor to me.
Right.
Pastor don't like these scriptures. I'm telling you right now, he don't like them.
Right.
Because first of all, black people ain't erect not one city in this place.
That's right.
If you tried, what they do? Tulsa, Oklahoma, Wilmington, North Carolina. You try to establish something, they're gonna put you to death for it, right?
Right.
So Lockie, sir.
No
I mean,
sweat.
what you just brought up about the alpha female, brings to mind, whenever I come across an alpha female, I met one once, and she said, I'm going to school. She was a drama major.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked her, I was like, so you want to be an actress? She looked at me like, no, I want to be an actor. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, damn, what you mean? It's the same thing.
Right.
So it's like death to the patriarchy. But I always notice when I see those profiles, they always got Philippians 4:13,
Mm-hmm.
which is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You don't even understand the nature of Christ because he's going to have you be in subjection underneath a man.
Right.
Period.
You know?
He told you what the head of the woman was.
Right.
Damn. And you just gonna buck Christ, but you gonna say you're gonna do everything to him?
All things.
Good night.
Mm.
But he told you how the household was set up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, we one house.
That's right.
So that means, guess what? You should close your mouth when a man is speaking.
That's right.
Right.
All that old can you see whatever sister was doing? All that old sassy mouth. The Lord gonna put it in check one day. You're gonna be the proper sister you're supposed to be, because we've been conditioned to and it's been through slavery that your oppressor could take your woman and do what he want to do to her and send her back to you and have you raise his child. You get what I'm saying? He been doing that to us for a long time to diminish your authority over her. So she talk to you like you nothing. When you say something that she don't like, who she call? She call Esau.
That's right.
When she wants something, when she want to get some money from you, because she behaves like a dragon, she feel like you supposed to just turn over all ends to her. Where she go? Go to the court. That's right. Going to Esau. We've been conditioned, and it's not that we don't love our sisters more. They should get in the class just like the brothers,
Right?
To learn to fight that, to learn that this man don't really care about you, and he don't care about your children. If he cared about your children, he must rather have you much. He would much rather have the father be involved, right?
That's right.
So Lockie, and what's so heavy about what you're saying is, sisters don't understand that destruction comes with them running to Esau. I believe the scriptures say, "Woe unto them that run to Egypt." So Lockie, I think it's one that says, "Woe unto them that run to Egypt." Go down. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about them brothers gonna be raised a shark, brother.
You running straight to destruction when you run to Esau, man.
Straight up. You
running straight to destruction because they're not gonna tell you until after you get the food stamps that you can't have a man in the house.
Right.
You understand? They're not gonna tell you that putting that man on child support, if he missed that payment, he ain't gonna see them kids again. You know that he loved them kids. But you pissed off at him, thinking that you should have everything that America shows you on TV, or that your friend down the street got. You think that you should have all that, and lo and behold, you pushing that man out your house when that man is the one that's providing and protecting that house.
And then just think about this: you still a child in the eyes of Esau.
Right.
What I mean is, you're not a man. And you're not a woman, you're a little girl and a little boy, because you really not interacting like grown adults. You get what I'm trying to say? You ran to somebody to tell you how you gonna run your household, instead of you being two adults and talk like two adults and came to an understanding what's best for your child. Even if it don't work, even the man said, you know what, go into the world, you know what I'm saying? You free from me, sister, right? You still should have some kind of decorum, some way that you come together and say, look, this is how we going to, I want my son to be raised, or I want my daughter to be raised with you in his life.
Right.
But when you go to run to Esau, that's off the table. Esau becomes your father.
Right. That's what do.
And Esau is absentee.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? We done been conditioned to equate everything love with money. And Esau been absentee. He got a $20 trillion debt. Esau don't pay his debt. He ain't taking care of no kids up in here.
It's like, sir, I got that precept if you want it.
Go ahead, brother.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 31 and verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in the horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Most High.
Good night. There you go. So, and today we were brought to Egypt again with ships.
Right.
So when this scripture is saying somebody might be a smarty arty and be like, oh, we ain't even in Egypt, what he talking about? We brought that out because we in this new Egypt, okay? Right. The house of bondage. This place right here is if you black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you a slave in this place. That's right. You building treasure cities all over the place. You building walls like Egypt, right? Right. You know what I mean? You doing everything on the base of you being a worker. You know what I mean? You helping his infrastructure at all times. Your talent is not for your people, it's for him. This is a place of bondage, a new Egypt. Okay. Let's get into Matthew chapter 13 and verse 3. Okay. Since we talk about joining our oppressor and everything like that, there's some understanding that there's some understanding that we don't understand about. I mean, there's some understanding that we're not getting because of Christianity, right? So we don't know what a strong leadership looks like. You don't know. You believe that Esau is the end all be all, and if he's on board or if he got your back, that you're gonna be straight in this place. However, we're gonna see what Christ has to say about that, right?
Right.
Whoever got it, go ahead, brother.
The book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 3. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow.
Okay, Christ is, so if it's written in red, it says, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. What is a sower? Any brother know?
So I can make sure it would be like a farmer going and putting his seeds in the ground.
That's right. Most High in Christ. Keep going, brother.
Verse 4. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up.
Okay. It's some. So when this sower went to go plant, let's say corn, some of the seeds fell off the. So like now the farming they use a machine. We'll say some of them pop off to the side, right? While they try to put it down in a line or whatever, try to dig it. Those ones that fall off to the side, the birds come and eat them. Okay, keep going.
Verse 5. Some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up because they had no deepness of earth.
Okay, so these same seeds, some fell off to the side, the birds ate them, and then some fell off into where the rocks are. Right? They didn't really get in the ground real solid. They grew, but they in between rocks. But you need good fertile land for them roots to really grow in there. Them rocks in the way though.
Right.
Okay. Keep going, brother.
Verse 6. And when the sun was up, they were scorched. And because they had no root, they withered away.
So these same said seeds that grew into a small plant that was looking like it was getting ready to be corn, right? Mm-hmm. When the sun hit them, they withered away because they didn't have the ability for the roots to get moisture to withstand that heat that was on them. Right. So they withered away. The sun basically burned them to death, right? Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 7. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them.
So, and we still talking about planting, right? So we got to get our mind towards planting so you can stay in it. I know this is like this parable is for people that live that type of lifestyle. However, we're gonna make a whole lot of sense in a minute, okay? Right. So then these same seeds that fell out of the container when the brother was trying to plant them, they went amongst thorns, and the thorns choked them. So thorns like a rose bush or them little sticker bushes, right? Real prickly or whatever. They already rooted. They went in down in there and they got choked to death because they can't grow amongst them damn things. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible. Keep going.
Verse 8. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, and 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold.
So then there was some that when he was deliberately putting it in the ground where it's supposed to be, this sower, where it was deliberate, where he was trying to put it in the first place, they went in that good ground. Because what he do? He tilled the land. Right. He sent an ox through and made sure oxygen went down in there. Right. Good fertile land, you know what I'm saying? Good water, everything in there that seed needs. He put it down in there, right? And these seeds went down into the good fertile land, okay? Right. Keep going.
Verse 9. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
So everything that we read so far was written in red. So this is Christ speaking. Right. So he's speaking to a people. He's speaking to Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, but he's speaking in code. Why is he speaking in code? Any brother want to take a shot while he's speaking in code?
So like, sir, if I may, so that the people that's outside of that nation or the blacks that's not blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will not understand.
So some that say, I'm Cherokee because my grandma is Cherokee. I'm African. I mean, I'm black because my father is from Ghana. It's outside of us, amongst our people, right? So he's speaking in parable because at this time, like I was trying to say, at this time during Christ, these people understood this way of living. So he's speaking in code. So guess what he's doing right now? Anybody want to take a shot? Anybody want to take a shot? What he's doing right now that you could say that we're doing right now? In 2021, we're doing this right now. And this is Christ doing it.
He's speaking out loud, but he's only speaking to a specific people.
So like, sir, if I may, like he's fishing in his people.
So like I was gonna say he's speaking in like slang.
So in 2021, we go to camp on Saturday.
Right.
Okay.
He doing a camp speaking.
So like, and I was gonna say them seeds. You know, you read how the seeds were growing up. How the seeds were being destroyed.
Right.
Some over here on thorns.
Right.
Some that got devoured by each and everything, but them that went straight down into the soil, right? Them grew, and they produced more, and more, and more. Like, so what we doing today is we planting them seeds. When we go out to camp, we putting them seeds out there.
Yeah. So this is an example of a camp speaking. So when we tell y'all brothers, when y'all come to class, you're studying for a plain speech. You're studying to make sure that when you say it the way you're gonna say it.
Right.
You're gonna say it the way Kadam said it. You're gonna say it the way Awaba said it. You're gonna say it the way Aitanya says it.
That's right.
So that when a brother that shares, it's like we share the same spirit. When that brother hear you speaking, it's something that strikes him because you remind him of a cousin. Hell, you might remind him of him. And the way you breaking it down to him. Right. Now all of a sudden you planted that good seed. Now he want to come to class and get a flyer.
That's right.
You're like, let me check these brothers out. I like that brother right there. Whatever he's saying, I dig that. I want to go to wherever he at. I want to be there. I want to learn from him. And he come grab this flyer.
Right. Okay,
we're gonna keep going though. Because Christ's gonna make it all clear for us.
Right.
Okay, keep going.
Verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
So we did a camp speaking. Okay, brothers gonna say, why y'all doing all this yelling, man? Some brother come to the table, why y'all yelling like that, man? Oh man, y'all should come with a different approach. It's one way for camp, and it's one way for what? It's one way for camp, and it's one way for what? That's what we doing right now. So Christ about to break it down to them. So I spoke to them in parables because there's some heathens out here. But all the people that know what I'm talking about, they're going to understand what I'm saying. Right? They're going to understand me. They're going to understand what it is that I'm breaking down because they know the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? They have a desire to do that which is good. They're going to come to class. However, for you brothers, keep going.
Verse 11, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So
you brothers that came to class, you brothers that I told you are special and y'all walk through in the unknown, that's scary to a lot of Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. They see brothers standing on camp looking like they want to put everybody to death. Right. They be thinking like, I don't want to go to class with them. I know them niggas look like that. Right? However, y'all brothers courageous. Y'all step through the doors.
That's right.
And why y'all step through the doors? Because the fear of the Most High was greater than the fear of the brothers, right? And guess what you get? You get to get the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Everybody that want to ride by in the car and do this at camp and act like they down with us, y'all different than them. Y'all came to see what the mysteries was. We ain't just loud talking. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just loud talking. We're trying to get you in here to understand something that you won't get in Christianity.
Right.
Christianity and unveiling no mystery.
That's right.
The Caucasian, his whole theology, his whole way of being that he teach other brothers ain't to uncover what it is to be Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. It's to keep lying to you. It's to keep you in sin, right? However, you come to class so you can get the mysteries, get to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, right? Keep going, brother.
Verse 12. For whosoever hath to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance.
Okay, so he's saying, whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more in abundance. So that understanding that you already had before you came in ISUPK, I'm looking at you for a reason, because you a wise brother. That little wisdom that you had, you're gonna come amongst brothers that have wisdom, and now you're gonna get it more in abundance. You ask that brother pull a precept, guess what? Now your shit, Salaki, now you raise a sharp.
Right.
You pulling them out of everywhere, out of every crack and crevice. But I bet you when you was learning under Christianity, you ain't have them like that. You got them now in abundance now, right? Your understanding is way deeper than it was, even though you had a little bit.
Right.
Okay, but however, the people that what? Keep going.
But whosoever have not from him shall be taken away, even that he had.
Okay, the brothers that refuse to come, right? That want to throw up their hands and take a fly and don't come to class. They understand they're gonna be taken away.
Right.
This is what Christ, he breaking it down. This is camp. This is this is, you know what I mean? This is how we live right now, 2021. Keep going.
Verse 13. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand.
That's what we battle in camp, though. You will tell us that you know you an Israelite.
Right.
But however, you'll hug Becky when she walk by and say God loves everybody.
Right.
Because you're not seeing the full picture.
So like it. And I was thinking when you was talking about the precept about you should know a tree by its fruit.
That's right.
Right. And like that just shows us like these brothers and sisters, so and so, whoever come by, get a flyer and just keep it going. Like, you know, by what they doing, they not really with you. It just look good in the eyes of men.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so they could be like, oh yeah, I know Christ. Remember I heard y'all out there, like I know Christ, I know his name and all this and that.
Right.
But like, no, you didn't do this work. Yeah, you trying to act like you putting forth good fruit, but your fruit evil, man.
That's right.
You're not putting forth good fruit.
That's heavy you brought it out, because when we was at the Juneteenth festival, it was a sister that passed by. I don't know, but I think Bonky was standing there, and the sister said, "Oh, I know where they at. They off of Roxborough and
That's right.
I can't remember what's the other road. Anyway, y'all off of Roxborough, and I said, "Oh yeah, you know where you at?" I said, "Why you ain't come in?" And then all she did was put her head down and keep walking.
Right.
You know where we at?
So like, if I may,
No sweat.
It's Matthew's. The precept is Matthew's 7:20. That's the one I was talking about.
Get that hour, Bob.
Paraphrasing.
Get that.
You know, but it started.
You stay where you at, Kadam. Stay where you at, brother.
But it started at 16. When I was paraphrasing.
Oh, you was reading?
20.
Which one of y'all was reading? Oh, you was reading? Okay, yeah. Okay, whichever brother get it.
Matthew 7:20.
Come.
The book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 20. Wherefore, by their fruits you shall know them. So
Right.
you want me to bring up
It was 16 through 20, but like the one I was paraphrasing was 20. Like, you know who with you, or you know who a person is based off of the things that they putting out.
So you know a Christian when when you see him. Compromising at all corners.
Right.
And you know a brother in the ISUPK because he is not compromising.
Damn right.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know that.
Right. A brother in here, like, and I'm gonna use the same little metaphor. Like, in here, a brother apple tree, he producing apples. Christianity, you see an apple tree, you got oranges, bananas,
Right.
everything like that. That ain't no
That's
real
right.
apple tree.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Keep going, Ithanya.
Verse 14. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of
Isaias.
which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive.
So Christ came to what? Fulfill.
mhm.
So he bringing forth what we doing in 2021 now. You hear brothers, but you ain't really, you know what I'm saying? You ain't really listening.
Right.
You see brothers, but you ain't really seeing what they bringing forth, right?
Right.
We continuing to fulfill this prophecy. That's what Christ came for. Keep going, brother.
Verse 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
So Christ was saying, if you wasn't so gross and disgusting, right? If you wasn't so Christian, or if you wasn't so American, if you wasn't such a Democrat or Republican, if you wasn't such a Hellenist in his time, if you wasn't so consumed with trying to be a part of these things, right? You would hear me, right? You would hear me, and you would see what it is that I'm telling you to see, right? And I will hear, and I should heal you. That, you know what I'm saying? After you, if you wasn't a part of this, you would be. If you was different than that, then I could heal you. However, you're gonna take a flyer, and you're gonna try to equate us to Black Lives Matter. You're gonna think that we a fad or something that's just going one day is gonna be over.
Right.
But we've been here since 1969.
That's right.
Guess what? And in North Carolina, we pretty young, so guess what? We still got more work to do.
Right.
And you're gonna see we're gonna be a fixture in this thing, and we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, right.
So we not a fad. This thing is soaking in the earth. You got something, Abubak?
Sorry, sir, I got a piece of it.
We trying to finish. We at 8:52.
Sir.
Go to verse 16, brother.
Verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
So brothers that come into class, brothers that get a flyer and come into class, your eyes are blessed. Your ears are blessed.
That's right.
Because you hear and you see. You understand that there's something going on with your people, and you understand that it's an enemy of your people. That's what we talking about, joining our oppressor, right? You're not joining your oppressor. The whole time you was feeling real wishy-washy about it. And then all it took was the brothers in the ISUPK to bring you into a class, because you was already on the cusp. You just had to be pushed over.
Right.
The Lord knew that, and you blessed for it. Keep going.
Verse 17. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
So just think about the Old Testament, the ones that the pastor tried to stay away from, Jeremiah, Isaiah. They saying that you brothers that sit in the ISUPK class, you seeing something that they wish they could have seen. They didn't see these things, but you did. You understand what we dealing with? You understand why y'all brother? Wow, I'm telling you, y'all brothers is special.
Right.
Y'all, you go and look in there and see them mighty brothers that stood against all manner of evil of the heathen, and they haven't seen what you've seen. It's a blessing to go through the curse. It's a blessing because on the other end, you know, it's something. These brothers had to see nothing but curse. They had to see nothing but destruction. They seen no light at the end of the tunnel. Y'all see it though. Y'all know what the kingdom of heaven is.
Right.
Y'all special. Keep going, brother.
Verse 18. Hear ye, therefore, the parable of the sower.
Okay, so now them same said brothers that came into class, you get the mysteries of heaven. You get them. So now he about to break down the parable. So this thing that I said to them at camp, right? Now I'm gonna give you the understanding of why I said it. Okay, because now you in class, y'all. We now in a more intimate setting. This is us where we know each other. So I could tell you my thoughts. amongst the heathen, I can't say everything I want to say.
Right.
I can't say I can't say all the manner of evil. It's like YouTube. I'm like, God, nah, I can't even say that either.
Right.
Because I'm talking to y'all. So we invite the devil in, but however, I could be a little bit more. I could be a little bit more close with y'all, brother. But when this camera go off, we're gonna be real vulgar with it. All right, keep going.
Verse 19. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside.
So that remember he said the seed that fell off to the wayside, it got devoured by what? The fowls of the air, right?
Right.
So when we speaking at camp, we get some sister that want to stay, and all y'all brothers and sisters, y'all should go check that video out, okay? It's on ISUPK The Triangle. All right, like and subscribe. Okay, it's called the Alpha Female. Get shown what time it is. So when we bring it forth the word, it's somebody that comes in. It's the wicked one that comes in and try to distract everybody.
Right.
If you fall for that trick, you're the one that fell to the wayside.
Right.
If you fell for it, if you're the one that got distracted, like the brother that looked like Mike Tyson,
Right.
if you fall for it, you're the one that fell to the wayside.
Right.
Don't be that person.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 20. But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it.
Keep going.
Verse 21.
So he was saying this one that received the word, he's joyful. He the one that grabbed the flyer, put his hand up, acting like he down with the clique. You know what I'm saying? He down with the squad, right?
Right.
He get it with joy. He happy to receive. He happy to see brothers stand up, right? Keep going.
Verse 21. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while.
So he took that flyer. They at the stoplight and we hand them a flyer. They gonna take that flyer and put it on their seat and ride off, because they enduring like you.
Right.
They not putting in the work.
Right.
The most work they did was press the gas pedal and kept going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They read a couple of scriptures. They ain't gonna open the Bible and see what we saying. They gonna put it to this. They ain't enduring like you.
Right.
That's what dureth mean. They ain't endureth like you.
That's right.
Keep going.
For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended.
So them same said people that take that flyer, they know where the school is at. They know all that, right? They can tell you, oh yeah, y'all over there for Roxborough. We know where y'all at. You ain't coming to class though, because you ain't ready to take the trials and tribulations that come with it. Right? Because when somebody tells you that you're not an Israelite, or they call you the N-word, you're gonna hightail and get up out of here.
Right.
You're gonna drop your sword. No sweat.
What you saying so heavy? What you saying so heavy? Because they'll sit out under the tree on a backpack and agree with everything you say.
That's right.
And once you say the Most High is racist, oh now I'm offended. Now I'm offended.
That's right.
That's right.
I'm offended. But once the wicked one walk by, I'll give you hugs and everything.
Right.
I'm distracted. But I'm offended by you.
That's right.
So I like it.
Once the signs come out at the Juneteenth festival,
Damn right. I'm offended now.
so now you got to move your whole canopy back.
Right.
Right.
Put you in the flower pots.
So that's why I tell y'all. That's why he was saying y'all brother special.
Right.
This brought forth before your eyes. All it took was a brother to show you it.
That's right.
You living this life. You living everything that Christ promised. This y'all living it. Keep going, brother.
He also that received seed among the thorn is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful.
Good night. So we talking about the rich of our people, right? The people that got something to lose. The people that feel like I agree with y'all,
Right.
but if I go all the way into a class, I'm gonna lose my position. I'm gonna lose all this stuff that I work for. Nick Cannon, Most High in Christ. If I say black and Hispanic people are the real Jews, I can't handle the persecution that come with it, right?
Right.
I can't deal with it. I can't endure with it because I worship money more than I worship the Lord.
That's right.
You getting choked by your own lust of lucre.
Right.
That's all you after. Keep going, brother.
Verse 23. But he that received seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some and 100-fold, some 60, some 30.
So that's what we doing in the ISUPK.
Right.
I told you y'all brothers were special and y'all strong. It's not a coincidence that y'all already was well versed.
Right.
Y'all know y'all know precepts already, but y'all going through y'all phase of being quiet.
Right.
And that shows strength in itself.
That's right.
To fight that urge that you feel like you gotta talk
That's right.
when you should be listening, right?
Yeah,
So you could be taught something.
yeah,
You being planted in that good soil.
right.
So then when you fully become Awabad, when you fully become Trooper Kadam, when you fully become Aitanya, you'll be a force to reckon with.
That's right.
And then every brother that's been over you the whole time ain't gonna do nothing but smile. You already know somebody about to catch hell
That's right.
because you was brought forth on good ground. You wasn't brought on shaky ground that week. You was brought on good fertile soil,
Right.
and that's what we all here for.
That's right.
And with that, I'm gonna pass the class off to Officer Ayathon for security announcements.
ISUPK security announcements. We're in the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 24, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'asher means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for a priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the memorial blowing of trumpets, which is a Monday, September the 6th. The first day of the 7th month is a holy convocation, so it is mandatory to be there. If any brother or sister, if any trooper, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, I'm Maya, which means stand. Not you. Man, Israel gonna surrender one courtesy salute to the teacher. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak.
Yahweh Shimmy Shah Brakatham.
Yahweh Shimmy Shah Brakatham.
Sar, which means turn face the sister. Sis, Amadi, you may stand now. Man, Israel, put your stuff down. Man, Israel, we're going to surrender one courtesy salute to the sister. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak.
Yahweh Shema Shimmy Shah.
Perfect. Yahweh, Shema, Al, Atha, Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
Shalom Tah. Class dismissed.
Yeah. Yo, okay. I'm glad you know. Oh, select me.